Hello everybody, this is Allsauce Gaming and welcome to our new secondary series, Potionomics. This is basically a deck building, potion shop running, time management game. It's an odd combination, but it'll make sense once we get into it. And as is usual, whenever I start a new series, please let me know if anything about the audio is too loud or too quiet. It's kind of an important thing because balancing audio is a pain in the ass. Now, I have beaten this game, and I will admit that I am using a potion recipe brute forcer for this, which will make sense once we get into this again. But without further ado, let us start the new game. My dearest Sylvia, greetings from Rafta. It's here on this charming island that I'll build my potions shop, fulfilling my lifelong dream. I hope that one day you'll be able to see it. I'm among the very first to set foot on the island since Maven, the Witch Queen, fell in battle. Her unsanctioned experiments made this a land like no other. Who knows what riches await me? Love to your mother. Tell your father he still owes me money. Your uncle, Oswald. Dearest niece, thank you for sending me your potion. Sadly, it must have spoiled in transit, unless you meant for it to taste like old cabbage. Anyway, keep at it. It warms my heart to think you might follow in your old uncle's footsteps. After mountains of paperwork and months of construction, my potion shop is finally a reality. We open our doors tomorrow. Wish me luck. Although, what could go wrong? Famous last words. Sincerely, Uncle Oswald. Sylvia, if you're reading this, it means I'm dead, which isn't great. More to the point, it means I've died without an heir. I implore you, Sylvia, don't let this be the end of my shop. My dream. Come to Rafta, accept your inheritance, and show this town what our family is capable of achieving. You can do it. Dearly departed, Oswald. Sylvia, please accept our firm's condolences for the recent loss of your relation, Oswald. Per the terms of Oswald's will, you are the lawful recipient of his property on the island of Rafta. However, given the island's remote location and unusual history, such an inheritance must be claimed in person or else will be deemed forfeit. We hope that this inheritance offers some comfort in your time of mourning. Considering the significant sums your uncle borrowed from our establishment, it's certain to be an impressive piece of property. Yeah, real impressive. Okay, this place is not all I hoped for. This could still work. I can make this work. I just need to air it out a bit and chase off that bird I saw in the rafters. Good thing I've got a broom. Forgive me for the intrusion. I wasn't expecting to have the opportunity to act on Oswald's will so soon. I'm Helen, and you're Sylvia, right? We have some business to discuss, but first I should offer my condolences on the loss of your uncle. Thanks, but I didn't really know him that well. All the same, it's a pity, particularly since he left behind such a substantial debt. As his designated heir, responsibility for that debt now falls to you. What? Really? I didn't know that's how it worked. But I guess that's fine. I'll be making money now that I've got the shop. Excellent. Would you like to pay the full balance of 1 million gold now? What? I take it you'd prefer to set up a payment plan? But that's so much gold. You could build 5 shops with that much gold. What in the world did Oswald do with all of it? Mismanaged it, to judge by appearances. I have his contract right here if you'd like to look it over. That fine print is very fine. What did you just do? I've invoked a soul binding, which transfers Oswald's rights and obligations onto you. Make your payments on time and the shop is yours. You know we haven't actually agreed to this, right? Default on the loan, however, and you forfeit the property, and will be legally obligated to work for us until such a time as we deem your debt repaid. That sounds bad. I'm confident you have everything you need to succeed. In fact, here. I'll get you started. Sell me the soul potion so I can be your first patron. Attempt to raise our interest in the potion. It's a potion. Wait, you knew that. It's, pretty good, probably. I think you'll like it. Wait, no. Stress is getting to me. Panic. Blank out. Despair. Yeah. I'm too stressed to function. Well, I trust you'll get the hang of it. You have a full 10 days before your first payment is due. I'll be seeing you, Sylvia. Good luck. Of course this would happen. Never should have come here. What am I going to do? Oh, shit! Huh? Ow, my hip. I mean, hoot hoot. I heard that. You can talk? Well, of course I can talk. You must be new here. This is Rafto, where the strange is commonplace and the birds are chatty. And what are property laws like in Rafta? Because I'm pretty sure you're trespassing. I live here, actually. You can call it a living. Eating scraps, hiding in the shadows. You live here. In the shop? I didn't know Uncle Oswald had a pet. Oh, did he never mention me? How strange. Perhaps he was, just so embarrassed to admit how integral I was to his shop. Yes, that's it. In fact, I was the brains of his whole operation. My name is... Owl. Owl? Really? I guess Uncle Oswald was a first idea, best idea kind of guy. Anyway, Owl, it was nice meeting you and all, but I'm getting on the first boat out of here. No, you don't want to do that. I saw what happened. That lawyer's soul binding means she'll be able to track you to the ends of the globe. Miss a single payment, and you'll find yourself toiling away for untold years, chained to a cubicle until you've worked off your debt. There's no way I can make enough by selling potions. Yeah, maybe not through the traditional route, but you've arrived at a fortuitous time. There are 5 competitions taking place over the next 50 days. A series of contests in which local merchants will go head-to-head in tournaments of artistry and salesmanship. Look, I have information on the first competition right here. See, the initial prize money will cover your first payment handily. You'll simply have to make a few specific potions in advance. Those are what you'll be judged on. Win the first competition and you'll automatically qualify for the next one, for which the prizes will be even better. And just look at that juicy grand prize! Win all 5 competitions and you'll have the money you need to get that debt collector off your back for good. You really think I've got a shot at this? Probably. I mean, it's really your only hope. And I'm willing to help. Brains of the operation, remember? I know a thing or two. Well, alright then. What are we waiting for? Let's do it. You and me, Owl, we're gonna win those competitions. Let's brew some potions. Let's make some money. Let's do some Potionomics. Roll credits. Oh boy. Potion a day keeps the healer away. Yes, there are events that take place at the beginning of every single day. Some of them are good, like this. It increases the value for health potions, the most basic of potions. And some of them are bad, like dropping the value of things or increasing the price on ingredients. And some are really bad. I see you clean the place up a bit. Nicely done. Now the real work can begin. We need to craft some potions. Let's head over to the cauldron and get brewing. Alright, now this is pretty much going to be an on-rails tutorial, but it's kind of necessary for this game. Don't worry. If not by the end of this episode, then hopefully at the beginning of the next one, we will be through most of the tutorial and be free to do as we please. Your uncle left a handful of ingredients behind. We'll have to make do with those for now, assuming they aren't spoiled rotten. I assume you know your way around a cauldron. You went to school for this after all. I learned how to make pretty much any potion you can think of. There's just one problem. I'm not fully licensed yet. What? Don't blame me, the regulations are intense. I have to prove I can handle the basic stuff before they'll let me brew more advanced potions. See, I got the first stamp when I graduated. Get the next one, I have to put in a lot of hours at the cauldron. Well, you'll certainly get your hours. Starting now, in fact. Right, my first professional brew. I'd better go over my notes from college, just to be safe. Potion crafting is the art of brewing a whole catalog of drinkable liquids with a variety of magical effects. A potion requires a minimum of 2 different magic-infused ingredients to be combined and heated in a cauldron. Every ingredient contains 1 or more color-coded and letter-assigned magimins, or magimins. I never actually figured out how that one's pronounced. Magimins, who knows? Who cares? Ah yes, the mighty Magamin. Where would we be without it? Wherever magic has left its mark upon the world, there you will find Magamins. Magical creatures, mystical plants, even the rocks of this supernatural island contain critical alchemical compound. Heating an ingredient will release the Magamins contained within it, thus infusing your potion with the very essence of magic. For that reason, a potion-specific recipe is best thought of as a specific combination of Magamins. The ingredient is only the vessel. The Magamins they contain will determine what kind of potion is created. Ratios are important too. If your balance of Magamins is out of whack, the resulting potion will be less valuable. Something very important to keep in mind. It sounds like a lot, but it's simple once you get the hang of it. Okay, one step at a time. Gotta put ingredients in the cauldron to make a potion. Duh. Can't go wrong with health potions, and I have that recipe memorized. Health potions require a combination of red and green Magamins. Some fey berries and mandrake root should do the trick. Yes. Red and green, otherwise known as A and B. Now, that's everything we need. Let's get the lid on and set it to brew. Now, there are different things you should know about. The more Magamins you can stuff into your cauldron, the higher the value will go. Tier up means it'll go from a minor health potion to a... well, I've forgotten. But the higher the tier, the more valuable the potion, the more money you can get from it. Over here, you can see what the balance of Magamins is. Now, not every potion will require a 1-to-1 balance, but in the case of health potions, they do. If you can get these balanced perfectly, balance of Magamins is perfect, potion gains 2 additional stars upon completion with a chance of getting a bonus star. So there is a chance this minor health potion could become a 5-star health potion. Now, something else to keep in mind is based on the number of ingredients, and Magamins will determine how long it will take to brew. Like I said before, this is also a time management game. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 time units throughout the day. Something else to bear in mind is that overnight will count as 2 time units. So if you've got a potion brewing and it's going to have about 2 by the end of the day, just let it brew overnight. Alright, nothing left to do here but let it cook. Your potion should be ready in the afternoon. In the meantime, have some old ones in our inventory. Let's go ahead and arrange them on shelves. Alright, some minor health potions. They're, yeah, I imagine the age has probably dulled their value a lot. Okay, so. These old health potions won't set the world on fire, but if nothing else, selling them will be good practice for you. Put them on a shelf for now. Once that's done, they'll be available for sale when we open the shop. Yeah, you can't really sell anything if you don't put it out for people to purchase. Now, thankfully, the game won't let you open the shop if you don't have any potions to sell. Good. Now, when customers come in, they'll see what you have available for purchase. I should mention, the shelf on which you put a potion will have an effect on the potion's value. These shelves are underwhelming, but we can invest in some better ones later. He's got a valid point. These shelves don't do anything, but there are shelves that can provide bonuses to the value of a potion or other types of, well, drinkable magical liquids. Anyways, we'll now open the shop. Opening the shop will always consume 2 time units, so I'd say make sure you're as stocked up as possible. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time, and time is valuable in this game. Okay, hopefully this goes better than yesterday. It will. It has to. Just keep the basics in mind and you'll be fine. Haggling, the art of conversing with customers in order to get the highest value for each potion. You want to use every haggling strategy you know to raise each customer's interest. The higher the interest, the more they'll pay. Keep a close watch on your customers' patience. Every customer has a finite supply, and if you exhaust it, they'll leave without making a purchase. Of course, customers have negotiation strategies of their own. Try not to let them stress you out too much. Ah, here comes one now. You've got this. I used to buy from your uncle. I see talent runs in the family. Now, this looks pretty great, if the price is right. Now, unfortunately, this first one is going to be fully guided. Anyway, so you're going to want to start by setting them up, which is something you'd want to do. Set them up has a special effect of being an opener. This card has an ability which will activate only if it is played first from your hand. That's important to know. You can activate an opener effect as the first card played each turn. In this case, it gives us Set 'em Up in addition to raising their interest by 4. Increases interest applied by Reel 'em In by 20%. You chose a good one. I see what you're getting at. Now I have their attention, I can reel them in. Raise interest by 8. Because of the fact that we have Set 'em Up. Now, down here is their interest. Each customer has a varying amount of hearts before they reach max interest. If you can get them to max interest, they will automatically buy the potion. And now we can brace ourselves, which gives us shields, which block an amount of stress equal to its current value. So, she's going to end up giving us 2 stress because they're going to complain. But if we brace ourselves with these 2 shields, it'll negate that entirely. And stress wasn't just a little bit at the beginning of the game. It is actually very important. The higher your stress goes, the greater the odds of you drawing a stress card, which will just make things worse for you. For the most part, and we won't be getting into why the other part of it until much later, stress can help you in some instances. But we won't be using it. Brace ourselves. And then we gotta end our turn, which does cost 1 patience from the customer. That's that right there. If it reaches 0 before you can raise their interest to maximum or close out the deal, you will lose that customer and thus lose any chance of making a profit off of the potion. How much cheaper do you want it than 29 gold? I have my guard up, otherwise I'd be stressed. Guess I can finish up the deal now. Let's close it out. Honestly, I'd actually do a Set 'em Up, Reel 'em In, then close it out. I have more than enough patience for it. But yeah, close it out. Raise interest by 9, close the sale. This is a closer card. It immediately stops the haggling with the customer, current customer, but it increases the price of the potion by 5%. Just a flat-out 5% raise. And now we are completely on our own. This is also another card that we didn't get earlier. Think Sylvia Think. For the cost of 1 patience, you can draw a card. But first things first, I'm going to set him up. Now, he is going to try and devalue the potion, which obviously ain't good for us. And there's no point in spending patience on the shields when he's not going to try and stress us out. Also, something to bear in mind. Yeah, this isn't always going to cost just 1 patience. Sometimes it costs more. Pay attention to that. Alright, now we still thankfully have Set 'em Up, so I can use Reel 'em In. Let's try Think Sylvia, see if we can get some more. No. I don't want him devaluing the potion anymore, so let's just cancel it out with our closer and close it out. While also raising his interest. Now, there are also various personalities and various trades among the people that are coming into your shop. These can affect certain things, such as their level of patience. Obviously, if they're an impatient customer, they're not going to have a lot of patience to begin with. And also, customers can get shields of their own. And you know what? I think with this guy, I'm just going to close it out right away. Well, that didn't go so badly. Yes, it's clear your haggling skills are already improving, but if I could offer you a small suggestion, in a negotiation, sometimes it's the best move is to make the move you haven't thought about yet. When you don't like your options, take a moment and scheme your way to a better path. Scheme. For the cost of 2 patience, we can draw 3 cards. And here's the thing, Owl isn't the only one who can teach us some new haggling skills. I can be a little diabolical when I have to be. I'll look forward to seeing it in action, but that's enough of a break for now. That was a break? Come on now, back to work. Those health potions should be done brewing. Let's take a look. Yes, they should be. Because we spent 2 time units, then, well, yeah, they should be done. The health potions look ready. Let's bottle them up. Yes, and as you can see, these are much more valuable than the previous potions, but we only got 2 of them. Yeah, that's another thing that the amount of Magamins determines is how many potions you get. Obviously, the higher the Magamin count, the higher the number of potions you get. That's the first batch done. Why not make some more for the night shift? Let's diversify your offerings, though. You never know what will be in demand. Again, a reference to the events that it can happen. The various events will determine what kind of potions you should probably be making. But you also won't know until the day comes. Mana potions require green and yellow Magamins. I think I have the proper ingredients lying around. Some mandrake root and some sack of slime. Perfect. Let's make those mana potions. Mana potions take a little longer to brew than health potions, so let's pump up the heat to speed up the process. Fuel. When added to your cauldron's fire, it will reduce the amount of time it takes to brew a potion. You can feed up to 3 pieces of fuel to the fire to really boost that brewing speed. Be on the lookout for different types of fuel from different areas of the island. Not all fuel is created equal. I think there's a little bit of hay left. Go ahead and feed it to the fire. Yeah, if you thought that there might have been a face in the fire, there is. And he actually has a name. Combustifer. Oh, and by the way, these are the potions we need for the competition. Technically speaking, you don't need all 3 of them, but having all 3 will be useful, just in case. And the ones we need are common, or higher, common health potion or higher, common fire tonic or higher, and common mana potion or higher. We can only make minor ones right now, so we're gonna have to hold on. Oh, and they also have to be 3 stars or higher, otherwise they won't qualify for the potion. Great, now we can open the shop for the afternoon and sell the health potions you brewed this morning. Bear in mind, we are not always going to be selling all day. As a matter of fact, it's not the best of ideas to do so. Better off to have one big sale early on in the morning. Let's see, adding new haggling tips to your arsenal is the key to convincing customers to pay you more money. And then we're probably going to spend the rest of the day out and about taking care of business. Now, as first things first, let's toss the potions on here. And you know what? Here are your cards on this page. These are the haggling skills you had to begin with. Head over to my page to see the new haggling tip I taught you. Young scrappy potion maker with big dreams and big problems. Recognize that one? New haggle techniques will appear here as you learn them. To add new techniques to your active deck, you have to make space for them. Mouse over any card in the deck and press the minus button to remove them. Then you'll be able to click on a card to add it to your deck. Most of the time, you get 2 of each card whenever you learn them. Now, I think I may as well get rid of a couple of Think Sylvia Thinks and get 2 of the Schemes. Just Owl. Owl has taken Sylvia under his wing, showing what he knows about running the business. Now, make sure you click Save Deck, otherwise you won't have the deck saved. Duh. Alright, nothing else to it. Let's open the shop. See if we can't get a little more money out of these potions than we did the old ones. Okay, good. Set them up. Reel them in. Now then, do we close it out now? Yeah, early on, don't expect to ever reach max interest. It's not until we can get a good, viable build going that we can really max out that interest. So let's just close it out now before we end up gaining some stress. Two set-em-ups. And is he giving me any stress? No. No need to waste patience on a brace ourselves. Well, brace yourself. Okay, reel him in. Reel him in. Let's scheme a little bit, see if I can't get something good. No, not really. If I use this, he's going to run out of patience and just walk out. So let's just close it out. See, Combustifer. Nice job. Now don't forget to those mana potions. There's still time to sell them before the day's over. Let's bottle them up. Excellent. Didn't get 5 stars, but so be it. It's only a chance of getting that 1 extra star. Great, we can sell these for the last block of the day. Before we do, however, let's brew a new set of mana potions. This time we'll kick it up a notch. I've got some ingredients stashed away for a rainy day that will push our potion to the next tier. Excellent. Oh, and something to bear in mind. Let's drop these in and make some real potions. Your cauldron can only hold a certain number of ingredients and can only contain a certain number of magamins. Something to bear in mind. Now, manworm root and sack of hive slime. These are ingredients we're not going to be seeing for some time. But hey, we can push it up to a common mana potion, which should hopefully get us a 3rd star, which would actually take care of our mana potions for the competition. Anyways, we're Combustifer in, and like I said, the 2 time slots from opening the shop, and then there's going to be 2 more from overnight. So these should be ready come morning. This batch will need to brew overnight, so you can bottle them up in the morning. In the meantime, let's fit in one last haggling session. Alright, open up the shop. I waved to you on the street yesterday, but I guess you didn't see me. I'm surprised you had time to go out and about, Sylvia, considering how much cleaning you had to do. Ugh, really? Alright, let's just brace ourselves and get through the turn. Alright, set him up. Just reel him in as much as we can. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a closer, and this guy is going to leave if we end the turn, so we could just close the deal right now. Okay, set them up. If only to get rid of the shields. I'm not going to close it out. Smell of all these potions. There's only one. I mean, I guess I got some brewing in the corner, but still. Alright, reel them in. Let's scheme a little bit. Reel them in some more. And close the deal. I think I can get the hang of all this. Hey, what's the big idea? You can't set up shop here. Sure I can. I live here. Are you invoking squatters' rights because I've got dibs? I've been kicking back in this trash heap for weeks now. You didn't clean up that weird-looking mildew in the corner, did you? I was saving that for later. I think there's been some mistake. My name's Sylvia. I've just inherited this place. Huh. Just when you're sure you know a condemned building when you see it. But maybe your arrival isn't all bad news. You're obviously some kind of potions witch. As it happens, I've got a semi-legitimate business selling all sorts of magical ingredients. You know, like the kind of stuff you'd use to make potions. You should kick some business my way. Yeah, sure thing. I need ingredients. Sure thing. I'm definitely going to need ingredients before long. Ah, our first relationship. Or friendship, I guess you could say. Yes, there are specific dialogue choices you want to make with specific people, namely the people you're going to be interacting with, in order to gain some friendship points with them. And now, when it's time to buy, you'll think of me, Quinn. I call that move planting the seed. Feel free to use it in your own hustle. Nice. Plant the seed. Raises interest by 8 at the start of customer's turn. Pretty useful, so it's not an immediate thing, it's more of a long-term thing. You know, I think I will use that. Where can I find your shop? It's hard to miss, just go outside and look up. I look forward to doing business. There are some dialogue choices that go for flirty dialogue. I have some specific interests in mind. Anyways, I look forward to doing business. Once I'm up and running, I'll need ingredients pretty regularly. I guess I'll see you around then. Unless that weird mildew gets you first. This could actually work. 390 gold profit. Don't count on that always being the case. At least not until we hit, like, the mid to late game. Eight days before the competition. Just gotta take this one day at a time. Oh, wow! Is this an actual potion shop? Could have sworn it was all boarded up just the other day. And now? Potions! Yeah, pardon the mess. I'm working on getting the place up and running again. Well, I'm impressed. You must know what you're doing. That's really very kind of you. Truth is, I'm new to town and new to running a shop. I'm sort of figuring it all out as I go. Really? I'm new here too. My name's Mint and I just got to town a few days ago. I'm Sylvia, resident potions witch, and by resident I mean I literally live here. It's seriously so good to meet you, Sylvia. Now I have to ask, does Foster the Formidable ever shop here, or Dox the Defenestrator? Defenestration. Well, that would be a huge honor. That would be a huge honor, but I'm not sure I'd recognize them. You didn't have posters of them in your bedroom when you were little? I guess that was just me. I might be a bit of a fangirl, to be honest. I've been geeking out pretty much non-stop since I got here. I mean, this island has a lot of historical significance for the Heroes Guild. This is where they defeated Maven, the Witch Queen of Rafta. Of course, the fallout from that battle left the island uninhabitable for a while, but the whole place is rebuilding now, and that includes the local chapter of the guild. They've put out a call for new recruits. Well, you've got the muscles to be a hero. Ever thought about joining? Ah, thanks, I do work out. As a matter of fact, joining up is exactly why I came to Rafta. I answered the call. Hey, that's great. Congrats on the new gig. Thanks, but I'm only a provisional member for now. They've got me running odd jobs for the XP. Oh, that's slang for experience. Any day now, I'll be ready for proper adventures outside of town. After all, there's a whole island out there teeming with mystery and danger, and potion ingredients, of course. Swing by the guild hall if you're ever looking for loot. I can help you out for a small fee. Sounds promising. Thanks for the tip. No sweat, Sylvia. I know we just met, but I'm already rooting for you. It's going to work in your favor, I bet. Evoke sympathy in your customers, and they'll be more likely to cut you some slack. Sympathy. Gain 2 shield, apply sympathy for 1 turn. Increases all interest gained by 25%. Not bad. Certainly an upgrade from Brace Yourself. I'll definitely keep that in mind. And I have a feeling you're gonna do great. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some fetch quests to tackle. You wouldn't believe how often people in this town misplace family heirlooms. Mind the gap. Let's see, gem, ore, and bug ingredients will cost you less. Potion of days may be a bit excessive. Decreased value for health potions. Okay, so we're not going to brew up any health potions today. Fine. So we're out of ingredients. Can't make any more potions. Might as well check out Quinn's shop, right? And we will. We will. And where else there's always the Hero Guild. Again, also an option. But I'm going to hold off on doing that because we are well out of time for this episode. So, if you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications when I upload, and please, leave a comment down below this video, especially if it pertains to the volume of certain things. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.